لأجاريهم قلدت ظاهر ما فيهم، فبدوت شخصا آخر كي أتفاخر، وظننت أنا أني بذلك حزت غنى، فوجدت أني خاسر، فتلك مظاهر. لا 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 نحتاج المال كي نزداد جمالا، جوهرنا هنا في القلب كلا. لا 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 نرضي الناس بما لا نرضاه لنا حالا، ذاك جمالنا يسمو يتعالى.
الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين، إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. الحاقة ما الحاقة.
It's a step-by-step process. You start cleaning your hands, so that's the first thing you do. Why do you clean your hands? Because it's the same hands that you're going to use to carry water. So the first thing is to make sure your hands are clean. And then after that you wash your face. So it's the hand, mouth, face. After that you just wash your arms and wash your head and your feet and your down. I think that's how they do when they have yoga. Okay? So the first thing is to wash your hands between the fingers. So you can do once, twice or thrice. So I'll just go for once. So you wash your hands. And then the next thing is and you make sure you put water in your nose. That's how we do it. I think this will help us with the coronavirus. There's a way you wash it white, and you start from where the hair starts. And I'm getting old, I see my hair moving back. So if your hair starts from here, you don't start from here. It's where originally your hair started. So you start from there, changes to your chin, and from here to here.
حملناكم في الجارية لنجعلها لكم تذكرة.
We always start from the right hand. When you drink, you start with the right hand. When you eat, you have to eat with the right hand. That's how it starts. But when you go to the toilet, you use the left hand.
وحملت الأرض والجبال وحملت.
And you're done. And it's very refreshing whenever you stand in front of God, and there's something special about water. When you dash water on your face and on your main arms, on your arms and your limbs. I think we go to the mosque now.
فهي يومئذ واهية والملك على أرجائها ويحمل عرش ربك فوقهم يومئذ ثمانية. يومئذ تعرضون لا تخفى منكم خافية.
حي على الفلاح، حي على الفلاح.
من أوتي كتابه بيمينه فيقول هاؤم نادية فهو في عيشة راضية في جنة عالية قطوفها دانية كلوا واشربوا هنيئا بما أسلفتم في الأيام الخالية وأما من أوتي كتابه بشماله فيقول يا ليتني لم أوت كتابيه ولم أدر ما حسابيه يا ليتها كانت القاضية ما أغنى عني ماليه هلك عني سلطانيه خذوه فغلوه ثم الجحيم صلوه.
بسم الله الحمد لله والثناء لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله ما بعد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of God be upon you all. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to the Jamia Mosque, and it's an honor that I'm part of this tour. Before I start explaining the holy verses that have been recited, I would like to teach you how you eat this dish because there is a body. Make sure you don't swallow it. Make sure you don't swallow it. So you just eat the sweet part and the rest comes from that tree. Now coming back to the holy verses that have been recited, we Muslims believe that the holy verses have been revealed through Archangel Gabriel to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, the same way that Archangel Gabriel revealed the gospel to Jesus, and also Psalms to David. We also believe that too. We also believe that Torah was revealed to Musa alayhi salam. We all believe that the Bible and the gospel and the Torah are all holy books that have been revealed from God. But the difference comes is we believe that it has been tampered with. That is the belief of Islam, and the Quran is still intact the way it is, and it has to remain like that because there is no prophet coming after God, after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is no prophet coming after him, and the only way that we can connect to God is through His revelation.
Thank you very much.
The Imam of the Mosque, the Deputy Imam, and the entire Mosque administration, RC is grateful for this opportunity. We also recognize the presence of our friends from the US Embassy and also the Interfaith youth within Nairobi who are here to experience this wonderful engagement. Speaking on behalf of our director who is on the way, and I know you'll be joining us within no time. Just a brief on IRCK, or the Interfaith Council of Kenya. IRCK is an umbrella body of faith communities in Kenya, comprised of Muslim organizations. Mainly these are the SISUKE, Supreme Council of Kenyan Muslims, National Muslim Leaders Forum, and the Shia community. And then we have also Christian organizations like the National Council of Churches of Kenya, the Catholic Church, Seventh-day Adventists, and Evangelical Alliance of Kenya, and the Organization of African Instituted Churches. These organizations are represented by some of the youth who are here to experience this, and also Hindu Council of Kenya, just if don't forget. The work of Interfaith Council of Kenya is to promote interfaith harmony, and through this experience we're having an initiative called Building Interfaith Bridges, with support or in partnership with the State Department within the US Embassy. And this is just part of the bigger picture of Interreligious Council of Kenya efforts to promote interfaith harmony and interfaith dialogue. Welcome the other generally is where we encourage faith communities to open up their spaces for their. The idea is once you get into the other's place of worship, you are able to understand so many things. For instance, I know today most of us have been hearing this word Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar means what? God is good, right? So it doesn't have anything. So if we hear Allah Akbar near a place of prayer, it just means God is great. So this is the general objective of welcoming the other. And I hope this is something that will continue in days to come, beyond Mr. Jameson.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Imam, Deputy Imam, and all of the staff and the team here at the Mosque, and to the Interreligious Council of Kenya for inviting us to join you today. My name is Christopher Mation. I am the Cultural Attaché at the U.S. Embassy. Most communities, and I would say almost everybody from any community in Kenya seems to have a Muslim friend. They know someone from their school or their community. So it still is a surprise to me that Islam and the mosque community is not as accessible or not as readily understood as I would expect as an American. Growing up in Baltimore, I can't even tell you, there is a mosque there, I know, but I can't tell you where it is. But I think everybody in communities in Kenya knows where their community mosque is and knows someone who goes to that mosque. So it's really a pleasure to be part of the community here today. So thank you very much for hosting, and thank you for the work that you do in promoting credible and moderate voices. This day and age, with all of the rhetoric that you can see on the internet and all of the craziness that's happening around the world, it's always pleasant to meet people and to work with people who promote voices of credible voices, moderate voices, promote dialogue, and promote interaction like everybody here today. So thank you very much for that. For us at the U.S. Embassy, the idea of community and the idea that we, as the U.S. Embassy, are part of this community. In fact, actually, I don't know if everybody knows that there is an American Corner, space supported by the U.S. Embassy just across the street here. And we share the call to prayer every time we host an activity at the corner. So we really feel like we're part of this community. And so I was telling Rukia as we came here today that I'm excited to finally see the inside of the mosque from our neighbors, to meet our neighbors of the American Corner. We do a lot of programming that tries to promote dialogue, both interreligious and intercommunal dialogue, and we work with a lot of different communities, whether kids or young adults, whether we work with the police or women. This is the idea of dialogue, the theme of dialogue is something that we try to promote, and we feel that that's the first step in promoting moderate and credible voices and promoting a community that is resilient and can withstand and resist the voices of the extreme thoughts. Thank you very much.
When we went to the side of the ladies, why don't they have their own imam, or why don't they have a leader to take them through the prayers? And why are they not compelled to attend these prayers? Does it vary from morning, during the lunch hour, and during the evening? Do they vary, or is it just the same one?
I have a few friends of mine who are Muslims, who do not greet men. I wonder why can't a woman greet men?
In Muslim leadership, is there women, and what is their role? Yes.
You can use your left. I know an imam who has a left hand and doesn't have a right hand. And one day, unfortunately, we teach our children they're supposed to eat with the right hand. Then unfortunately, there was a child who was in front of me who was eating with the left hand. So the child said, "You're all coming to eating with the left hand." He could notice that he did not have a right hand. So Islam is a very practical and simple religion. Just to prove that, I gave an example of how does someone become Muslim. You don't have to give money, you don't have to do anything. You just utter, I testify, there's none worthy of worship other than God, and Muhammad is the messenger, and khalas, you're already the sample of Islam. The second question was, why don't the ladies have a specific imam? What happened is, if you come to the mosque, you're only led by one imam. There is no imam for other people. Unless you came late and you said, okay, let's have another congregation, then we can have someone, one of you could volunteer and lead the prayer and you all pray together. A woman she cannot have her own imam, or another man cannot have we cannot have two imams leading at the same time. So, for example, on Friday we have a congregation of 15,000 people, and normally like today we have almost 8,000 people. And maybe if it's Ramadan, you find that because a lot of people, they make sure they pray in the mosques, we'll also be forced to hire a road from the Nairobi County. We pay money for every Friday, I think 250,000, so that the road can be closed and we have almost 20,000 people praying. So you only have one person leading all those people. So you cannot have an imam for everyone, either male or female. But if they delay those, they did not make up on the first congregation, one of the ladies could lead the other ladies. You pray separately. And men, one of the men could lead the other men. Last but not least is, why are women exempted from coming to the mosque? Women are not denied from coming to the mosque. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ says, "La tamna'u ima Allah masajid." Do not refuse for women to come and pray to the mosques. So women are allowed to pray to the mosque, but they are not compelled. Now, when I say they're not compelled, it doesn't mean that they don't pray their 5 daily prayers. They have to pray their 5 daily prayers wherever they are. Maybe until Rukia she's here, she cannot come to the mosque, but I'm sure she has a place allocated at the US Embassy, right? I hope you do give her a place. Yeah, she has her own place. So she has her own place. She's not compelled. Now, why? Because women, mostly in Islam, women are within their territory, their houses where they're cooking, they're taking care of their families. Then it will be very inconveniencing telling a woman, come to the mosque every time, rather than telling a man. It's much easier telling a man, come to the mosque. That's why women are exempted, but we are not allowed to refuse the women to come to the mosque. You're not allowed. As a man, you're not allowed to tell your wife you don't go to the mosque. I don't know if you noticed, I came and I gave my hand to everyone with the exception. I think I didn't even give my hand to a European. The reason being, Islam is a very practical religion whereby it also promotes modesty to the extent that if a woman is to meet someone of the opposite sex and is not a father or a husband or a son or an uncle, someone who cannot, if my auntie came, they're women, definitely I cannot marry, right? My mother, my daughters, my sisters, I'm allowed to give them a hand because they will not give any sexual attraction. They do not have it. Unless someone has a full mind. So, but what would happen if you have the opposite sex? There are amongst the category whereby, for example, I'm here, Auntie Rukia, I can marry her. I can marry her, right? Auntie Rukia, I can marry her. Because she's not my mother, my auntie, my daughter, my wife. I hope my wife doesn't say this. So, since I can marry her, definitely there will be some form of attraction. Now, if I hold a lady's hand and touch her, and my skin will touch her skin, and my warm hand will feel her warmth of hand, then things will come. That's why it is discouraged. So it's to cut that, because God created people differently. Maybe there are some people when they show their opposite sex, they will not have much of a problem. Okay? But how does it all start? before the interaction starts. It all starts with a handshake. So it all starts with the handshake, and then the evil thought, and then one thing leads to the other. But also it's because this is the teaching of Islam. Though some people, they don't take it seriously, they find out that, okay, I can keep my hand, nothing will happen. Well, there are exceptions if someone is not, let's say someone is old, for example, 70, 80 years. There are exceptions, maybe you can hold a hand. But in Islam, it's what is cutting. That is to cut that part of it. Mostly what people are saying. You should go back to the books, the scriptures that we have. I'll get out of the topic just to address what our brother is saying from the US Embassy. He said that he's never been to a mosque in the US, and maybe people are not that open. And some of the Muslims, they have these reservations where they don't want their only places, people of other faiths to join them. This is something that is very welcome. But you see, if you follow what people say, or what people do, or their false interpretation, you will be misguided. Do you know that the Prophet Muhammad he invited Christians to his mosque? Do you know that he told them they can do their prayers, Christian prayer, inside the holy mosque of the Prophet So first thing first is, I want you to understand that Islam is a religion whereby if you want to get the right source of information, you need to go back to the sources.
Kuona kwamba katika cabinet ya Nabii Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the best minister wake alikuwa ni mwanamke, na alipokuwa Madina vile vile aliruhusu wanawake kuwa viongozi kwa mambo kadha wa kadha. Katika Uislamu, tukija katika swala, wanawake wanaongozana wenyewe kwa wenyewe, kwa sababu katika swala kuna position fulani mwanamke haruhusiwi kuswali, na hiyo position haisemi na dalili. Tukimweka hapa kuswalishe, akipata hiyo problem, what will happen? Salamu alaikum.
Supplicating and talking to God, she is allowed. But observing the 5 daily prayers, she's exempted from that, and she's not allowed to do that. What is that position? That is when she's in her monthly periods. If she's in her monthly periods, she cannot come in the mosque and pray. But if she has any problem, she can raise her hand and talk to God and say whatever she wants.
So my name is Miss Anastasia Valletta, one of the youth. So I want to take a minute or two to say thank you to the administration of Jamia Mosque for giving us such an experience. I'm a Kenyan, I'm university, almost every day, but I've never gotten an opportunity there. So thank you so much for giving us such an experience. Thank you to the leaders from the embassy and my fellow youth. And there's a way we do it when we go for our Interfaith Bridges. So I want to welcome my sister Sinita for me to say thank you in our own way. Thank you so much.
So I want us to clap our hands in a style. So you're going to say 1, 2, 3 for me, 1, 2, 3 for you, and 1, 2, 3 for God. Why? Because we're from different religions and we all worship God, okay? God. And thank you so much for the opportunity. I think for me, I've got an opportunity. A friend of mine who has taken me around this place before. Also, I've been to Egypt, to the mosque, and to the, so I've learned a lot. And we are kind of saying that I'm a Catholic. And just to say, most of us don't get an opportunity to choose our religion. Our parents do that for us. So, thank you so much. Thank you.
صلاة الله سلام الله على طه رسول الله صلاة الله سلام الله على ياسين حبيب الله صلاة الله سلام الله على ياسين حبيب الله صلاة الله سلام الله على ياسين حبيب الله